There's a certain type of attraction she will never admit out loud. Not to her friends, not to her boyfriend, and sometimes not even to herself. It's the forbidden kind, the kind that slips through her body before it reaches her mind, leaving her confused, conflicted, and quietly drawn to you in ways she can't logically explain. And if you're not paying attention, you'll miss it, or worse, you'll mistake it for something innocent. But a woman's forbidden desire doesn't show up like the movies. It shows up in microsignals, contradictions, emotional slips, and moments where her guard drops for 2 seconds and she forgets she's taken. This video exposes those signs, not to make you chase her, not to make you break relationships, but to help you understand the truth. Women hide under layers of logic, social pressure, and loyalty because attraction doesn't care about rules, chemistry doesn't check ideas, and desire doesn't ask permission. A woman can be loyal and still feel pulled. She can be committed and still be curious. She can be with someone and still think about you. Most men miss these moments because they look for big gestures. They expect her to confess, to flirt, obviously, to make it obvious. But women don't work like that, especially when the attraction is forbidden. They protect their image, they protect their relationship, and most of all, they protect the emotional truth. They don't want anyone to notice. But here's the thing. When a woman is secretly into you, her body reacts before her brain does. Her energy shifts. Her behavior changes. Her attention moves in your direction even when she's trying to hide it. And she leaves breadcrumbs, tiny, subtle, delicious clues that reveal exactly what she feels. Forbidden attraction reveals itself in tension, not words. In proximity, not confessions. In emotional slips, not declarations. Maybe she lingers in conversations. Longer than she should. Maybe her boyfriend is right next to her, but her eyes keep finding you. Maybe she asks you innocent questions that are really emotional invitations. Maybe she gets nervous around you, not because she fears you, but because she fears what she feels. And if you ever wondered why this happens, here's the truth. A woman can be emotionally committed to one man, but physiologically drawn to another. It's not betrayal, it's biology, it's not cheating, it's chemistry, it's not intention, it's instinct. This video isn't about exposing her or encouraging you to pursue something unhealthy. It's about understanding human behavior honestly, without sugarcoating or judgment, because once you can read these signals, you stop misinterpreting friendliness as interest or interest as friendliness. You start seeing reality clearly, and when you can read women on this deeper psychological level, you gain a kind of calm masculine power most men will never understand. So today, I'll reveal 10 forbidden signs she will never say out loud. The signs that show she wants you, even if she's already with someone else. Some of these signals are emotional, some are physical, some are psychological, and one of them is so subtle that only about 1% of men ever notice it. But once you see them, you can never unsee them again. Before we start, a quick reminder, the real transformation doesn't happen on YouTube. It happens inside the community. If these videos have opened your eyes, what's inside will rebuild your mindset completely. It's not just a course, it's a brotherhood, a private space where men master attraction, emotional control, and the psychology of power. You don't join for a month, you join for life. Every future course, book, and lesson is yours forever. No subscriptions, no limits, just one decision that changes your direction. If you're serious about growth, discipline, and purpose, click the link below. Join the community, enroll once, grow forever. Let's dive in. Section number 1, the emotional slip. When her guard drops without her permission, every woman in a relationship carries an invisible guard, a quiet emotional shield she uses to protect her bond, her loyalty, and the image she wants to project. But forbidden attraction has a way of slipping through that shield in the smallest, softest cracks. Not through dramatic gestures or obvious confessions, but through a moment where her emotions override her logic and she reveals something she never intended for you to see. This emotional slip is one of the strongest signs she's secretly into you, because attraction always shows itself in the moments where control fails. not the moments where control is deliberately maintained. You'll notice it when a question leaves her mouth a little too quickly, as though curiosity beat responsibility to the finish line. She'll ask something personal about you, your plans, your day, your life, not because the question matters, but because she cares in a way she shouldn't. And it won't be the type of question she'd ask a colleague or an acquaintance. There's a softness behind it, a warmth she didn't plan to show, a drop in her tone that sounds like emotional investment rather than casual interest. The worst part for her is that she'll realize it the moment she says it. And you'll notice the tiny shift in her body language where she tries to pull herself back together. When a woman is secretly drawn to you, her emotions rush ahead of her logic for a split second. She'll laugh at your jokes with a kind of ease that bypasses her conscious effort. She'll light up in a way that feels natural, involuntary, unrehearsed, because genuine attraction cannot be staged. A woman can pretend not to care. She can pretend to be distant. She can pretend to keep everything professional, but her emotional reactions will betray her every time. Even if she tries to act neutral, her eyes will soften or sparkle in a way she didn't calculate, and you'll catch that unfiltered moment before she masks it again. This emotional slip often shows up in conversations she didn't need to start. She'll ask follow-up questions that lead nowhere except toward more connection. She'll remember something you said days or weeks ago, something trivial, something you forgot you even mentioned, because her mind has filed you under important. And what a woman remembers tells you far more than what she says. If she's storing emotional details about you, she's already invested more than she meant to. Another powerful clue is when she mirrors your feelings without realizing it. You'll talk about something meaningful and her face will react with empathy faster than she can manage it. Or you'll speak with passion and she'll lean into your energy without thinking. About boundaries. These little synchronizations reveal something deeper than politeness. They show emotional alignment, connection, and resonance, all things she shouldn't be sharing with a man who isn't her partner but can't help giving to you. And here's the core truth. Forbidden attraction doesn't start with flirting. It starts with emotional responsiveness. When a woman reacts to you more deeply, more warmly, or more sensitively than she intends, she's already crossed an invisible line internally. She knows it. Even if she hides it, she feels it. Even if she denies it, she's trying to keep her distance, but her emotions are already reaching for you. That emotional slip is not an accident. It's a confession she doesn't realize she just made. Section number 2, the magnetic attention shift. When you become her silent priority, one of the most revealing forbidden signs that she's secretly into you is the way her attention subtly but consistently shifts in your direction, even when she tries to appear neutral, loyal, or uninterested. Attention is the real currency of desire, and women never invest it accidentally. Even when she has a partner, even when she's playing the role of the committed girlfriend, her eyes, her focus, and her energy will betray what she's trying to hide. A woman cannot control where her attention naturally gravitates, and when it gravitates toward you, that gravitational pull is speaking louder than any word she refuses to say. You'll notice it in the way she tracks your presence. Not obviously, not dramatically, not with the kind of boldness a single woman might show, but with the quiet, instinctive awareness of someone who feels your energy the moment you walk into the room. Her body might stay still, her face might stay composed, her tone might stay controlled, but her attention will flicker toward you. Sometimes in tiny glances, sometimes in longer forbidden looks she tries to disguise as coincidence. And the most telling part isn't the glance itself. It's the speed at which she looks away, as if she caught herself doing something she shouldn't. When a woman is secretly drawn to you, her attention becomes inconsistent with her relationship. She's physically with her partner, but mentally scanning for you. She's talking to someone else, but her presence shifts the moment your voice enters the space. She's pretending to be focused on her surroundings, but her energy tightens when you're near, as if she's hyper-aware of the emotional tension between you. And while she may not say anything, her body speaks volumes. A slight adjustment in posture, a softening of tone when she greets you, a controlled smile that seems more layered than polite. This phenomenon happens because forbidden attraction activates a woman's selective attention system. Her brain begins prioritizing stimuli connected to you, your voice, your movements, your expressions. Even if she consciously tries not to, she'll hear you laugh across the room before she notices her own boyfriend's words. She'll respond to your presence faster than she responds to messages from her partner. She'll sense when you're leaving before she even chooses to look. These signals aren't intentional choices. They're biological reactions rooted in emotional curiosity and attraction. Another unmistakable sign is the way she pays attention to small details about you. She'll notice when you change your hairstyle, when you wear something new, when your mood shifts even slightly. She'll pick up on subtle emotional cues without you having to explain anything. A woman who is not attracted will barely notice anything. A woman who is secretly into you becomes a quiet observer of your world, not because she wants to, but because she can't help it. And perhaps the deepest signal of all is this: her attention lingers on you in moments when it shouldn't. When she's with her partner, when she's trying to appear loyal, when she's pretending not to care, when she's trying to convince herself that nothing is happening. Her eyes betray her. Her silence betrays her. Her reactions betray her because attention is always honest. It is the part of attraction that refuses to be edited. When her world pauses for a second in your presence, even if she tries to hide it, that pause is the unfiltered truth she'll never speak aloud. Section number 3, the nervous energy shift, when her body reacts before her mind approves. One of the most forbidden, undeniable signs that she's secretly into you, even if she's with someone else, is the way her body starts reacting in ways she cannot control. Women are incredible at masking emotions verbally, but their physiology tells the truth with a brutal honesty they can't edit. It's not the dramatic signs men expect, but the tiny tension shifts, the micro expressions, the subtle nervous energy that exposes desire long before she consciously acknowledges it. You will notice it first in her nervous system. She becomes slightly more alert around you. Her presence more animated, her reactions a touch more sensitive. A woman who feels nothing remains calm, predictable, and unaffected, but a woman who is secretly drawn to you experiences an involuntary rise in emotional voltage, a kind of energetic excitement mixed with guilt, curiosity, and tension. This is especially visible in her movements. She may fidget with her fingers, adjust her hair, touch her neck, or shift her weight as though she's trying to stabilize emotions she doesn't want anyone to detect. These reactions happen because attraction activates her sympathetic nervous system. Her heart rate subtly increases, her breathing shifts, her posture changes. She may lean in slightly when you speak, even though she tries to appear neutral, or she may do the opposite. She pulls back suddenly, avoiding eye contact, acting colder than usual. Not because she isn't into you, but because she's trying to reset herself emotionally and hide the fact that her body just betrayed her. A woman in a relationship carries layers of self-control, but forbidden attraction cracks those layers. You'll notice moments where she becomes uncharacteristically shy or overly serious around you. Even if she's normally confident and expressive, that emotional stiffness isn't rejection, it's suppression. It's her trying to manage the conflict between what she feels and what she believes she should feel. She may get quieter, not because she's bored, but because her mind is suddenly working overtime to regulate her reactions. There's also the paradoxical reaction. She may become overly friendly or overly talkative. Some women try to drown their nervous energy with exaggerated enthusiasm, hoping you won't notice the underlying tension. It's not genuine comfort, it's emotional overflow. She's covering attraction with exaggerated warmth because neutrality would reveal too much. Another undeniable clue appears when she becomes hyper-aware of her physical proximity to you. She'll adjust her clothing, fix her posture, or smooth her hair when she unexpectedly sees you, even when her partner is standing beside her. She may avoid being too close physically, but her body language sharpens whenever you approach. Her shoulders lift, her spine straightens, she breathes a little deeper, all unconscious attempts to present herself in a more attractive way. And perhaps the strongest physiological signal is eye dilation. Women cannot fake this. When she looks at you, her pupils enlarge if she's attracted, even if she immediately forces herself to look away. It's one of the oldest biological tells of desire, a primal response written into human chemistry long before modern relationships existed. What makes this sign forbidden isn't the reaction itself, but the way she tries to suppress it. Attraction shows itself not only in what she does, but in what she tries not to do. The stiffness, the sudden seriousness, the flustered movements, the nervous hands, all of these reveal a silent war happening inside her between loyalty and instinct. Her body tells the truth even when her words never will. Section number 4, the subtle jealousy. Response when she reacts to you in ways she can't justify. Jealousy is one of the most revealing human emotions because it exposes desire in its raw, unfiltered form. A woman who feels nothing for you won't care who you talk to, who laughs at your jokes, or who stands a little too close. But a woman who is secretly into you, even if she's with someone else, will show a type of quiet, restrained jealousy she cannot logically explain and therefore cannot openly express. Jealousy in forbidden attraction doesn't explode outward. It simmers beneath the surface, appearing in flashes of tension, shifts in energy, and tiny reactions she hopes nobody notices. You'll see it first in the way she responds when another woman gives you attention. She may not say a word, but her expression will harden for a split second. Her posture will shift, and her focus will snap back to you with a mix of alertness and discomfort. She'll scan the interaction not because she wants to intervene, but because she wants to understand the threat. She can't act possessive, not with her boyfriend watching, not with her reputation at stake. So her jealousy takes the form of silence, observation, and subtle emotional freezing. She might suddenly become more distant, not out of disinterest, but because she's trying to protect herself from the uncomfortable realization that she cares about your attention more than she should. Or she might go in the opposite direction. She becomes warmer, friendlier, even slightly competitive, trying to subtly reestablish her connection with you without crossing the line. This kind of emotional recalibration is a powerful clue because a woman who is completely neutral wouldn't feel the need to adjust anything at all. You may also notice that she becomes unexpectedly curious about the women around you. She'll ask innocent-sounding questions like, "Who is she?" or "You know her well." But the tone behind it is never truly neutral. There's a softness in her voice, a tightness she tries to hide, and an emotional undertone that reveals discomfort mixed with interest. She's trying to gather information without exposing her intentions, yet her curiosity betrays her. The most forbidden form of jealousy appears when she subtly tries to reclaim your attention. She might join the conversation unexpectedly, change her behavior to match the vibe, or position herself in your line of sight. She won't flirt openly. That would be too obvious. But she'll create a presence, a subtle gravitational pull that draws your attention back to her. Women do this instinctively when the man they're secretly attracted to shifts his focus elsewhere. If she has a partner, her reactions become even more controlled and therefore even more telling. She might hold her boyfriend's hand tighter, but her eyes will still search for yours. She might turn her back to the situation, but her posture will stiffen in a way that reveals she's still emotionally engaged. Jealousy becomes a conflict. She wants to hide it, but she also can't suppress the sting of imagining you with someone else. And there's another deeply psychological signal. She becomes more attentive to you after seeing you with another woman. She listens more carefully, notices more details, and invests more emotional energy. This is subconscious compensation. A woman's mind trying to regain a sense of emotional significance. Jealousy always exposes the truth, no matter how forbidden the connection is. It's the clearest sign that she feels a sense of emotional territory around you. A territory she knows she shouldn't claim, but still guards quietly. When her reactions sharpen, even slightly, in the presence of another woman, she's revealing the desire she's working so hard to hide. Section number 5, the selective vulnerability. When she shares what she shouldn't share with you, one of the most forbidden and revealing signs that she's secretly into you, even if she's committed to someone else, is the kind of vulnerability she selectively gives you. Vulnerability is a doorway, and women do not open it to men they feel nothing for. When she shares pieces of herself she should logically reserve for her partner, it means her emotional boundaries are bending in your direction slowly and quietly without her fully realizing it. This doesn't always look like deep confessions or dramatic heart to hearts. It often starts with something much smaller. She tells you how her day really went instead of giving you the surface level answer she gives everyone else. She opens up about frustrations, insecurities, old memories, or personal experiences, not because the situation calls for it, but because something about your presence makes her feel safe, understood, or emotionally drawn in. What makes this forbidden is not the content, but the context. She may be loyal to her boyfriend, but she's emotionally leaning on you. She may go home to him at night, but she reveals her mind to you during the day. When she starts offering emotional access you never asked for, it's because something inside her feels compelled to connect with you on a level that goes beyond friendship and far beyond what she can justify. You'll notice how her tone changes when she speaks to you. There's a softness, a warmth, an emotional depth that doesn't appear when she talks to others. Her voice might get quieter, her sentences slower, her guard looser. She shares more than she planned, but once she starts, she can't stop. Because that vulnerability is her mind-seeking, emotional resonance with you without consciously approving it. A woman who is not attracted keeps everything neat, controlled, and surface level. She shares just enough to be polite, but nothing more. But a woman who is secretly into you lets her thoughts wander into personal territory. She may mention things about her past relationships, her childhood, her fears, or her dreams. The kind of things women only reveal to men they feel emotionally close to. A powerful variation of this sign is emotional contrast. She may act guarded or distant one moment, then unexpectedly open up the next. This contrast isn't inconsistency, it's conflict. She's trying to maintain boundaries while her heart keeps pushing her to cross them. She's torn between protecting what she has and exploring what she feels. And every time she chooses to confide in you, even a little, she's choosing connection over caution. Another subtle secret, she shows vulnerability in the way she seeks reassurance from you. She might ask for your opinion on something meaningful. She might check if she offended you. She might reveal she felt nervous about something you said or admit she values your perspective more than she expected. These micro moments show she cares about your perception of her, a deeply emotional sign. And here's the part she'll never admit to anyone, not even herself. She shares with you because a part of her wants to be emotionally seen by you, not as a friend, not as an acquaintance, but as a man. This emotional opening is one of the strongest forbidden signs because vulnerability is never casual for a woman. When she lets you into her world, even just a little, she's revealing that you've entered her heart long before her mind was ready to allow it. In short, forbidden attraction is one of the most misunderstood dynamics between men and women, not because it's rare, but because it's hidden so deeply beneath layers of loyalty, logic, and social expectation. A woman can be committed, faithful, and genuinely invested in her relationship, yet still experience pull, curiosity, and emotional tension toward another man. This is not betrayal. This is not moral failure. This is human psychology at its rawest, most honest level. And the signs we explored today are not tricks, not games, not fantasies. They are reflections of something every person experiences, but almost no one admits. What you need to understand is this: forbidden attraction doesn't begin with intention. It begins with energy. It begins with emotional resonance. Unspoken chemistry, subtle psychological mirroring, and the kind of micro moments that bypass logic. She doesn't choose to be drawn to you. She reacts. She doesn't plan to think about you. Her mind returns to you on its own. She doesn't try to shift her attention, hide her nervousness, or control her reactions. It all happens because something deep within her is activated, something her relationship may not be fulfilling, or something uniquely triggered by you. But Here's the crucial point. These signs don't mean she's going to leave her partner. They don't mean she wants you to pursue her. They don't mean she's ready for anything to happen. What they mean is simple. On an emotional and psychological level, you've entered her internal world. You occupy space she didn't intend to give. You triggered a version of herself she didn't expect to feel around another man. And the more she tries to suppress it, the more visible the signs become. Not because she is weak, but because true chemistry is stronger than conscious control. Understanding these signs is not about exploiting her emotions, it's about protecting yourself. Too many men misread friendliness as interest or interest as commitment. Too many men fall for a woman who never intended to cross the line, and too many men get emotionally attached to someone who is fighting internal battles they do not see. When you can read forbidden attraction clearly, you stop misinterpreting her mixed signals. You stop overinvesting in situations that won't go anywhere. You stop fantasizing about possibilities that were never meant to become real. But at the same time, recognizing these signals gives you a powerful form of emotional clarity. You understand that attraction doesn't always follow rules. You understand that you may affect people more deeply than you realize. You understand that your presence carries energy and that your emotional control, calmness, and masculine grounding have a silent impact even on women who are not available. And if there's one final truth you must walk away with, it's this: the right woman won't give you forbidden signals. She'll give you intentional ones. She won't hide her attraction. She'll meet you with openness. She won't fight the connection. She'll lean into it. She won't make you guess. She'll make you feel chosen. The signs you saw in this video are powerful, yes, but they're also warnings. They reveal inner conflict, not readiness.